Djokovic against Rinderknech. This will be a more difficult match compared to the Tsitsipas match that Djokovic played, which was very comfortable. Rinderknech's biggest weapon is his serve. And on this surface, this could potentially be a problem for Novak, but Rinderknech will have to serve well. No hiccups, because even though you're a big server, if you lose your concentration just for a couple points in a service game, if your first serve percentage is low, this is where the greatest returner ever will strike. You lose your serve. So this could easily be a 3-set straightforward match for Novak. They never played each other, so I'll give the advantage there to Rinderknech in that regard, because Novak might need a little bit of time to figure Rinderknech out, so to speak. So this could be tight. Could be some tight sets here, even possibly, Rinderknech taking a set from Novak. We shall see. Good start from Rinderknech here. 2 solid points. Safiullin demolished Fonseca. Great player. He played great a couple of years ago, and then, he couldn't replicate that great season that he had. Results dropped off a little bit, but this year, Safiullin is back in business. A very, very dangerous guy. And Fonseca, like I said prior to the tournament starting, it's unknown still how comfortable he is on the grass. On paper, you would think he would be a great grass court player. He's got those huge weapons. His feel improved, but the movement is still a little bit of a question mark for me. Don't think it's poor by any means, like people say on the internet, but certainly some room for improvement still. And on top of that, Fonseca might not be 100% fit. That's what I heard. He had a weird loss in Halle to Hanfmann, 2-2, which doesn't sound right, player like Fonseca losing 2-2. So not surprised that he lost to Safiullin, actually. I didn't pick Fonseca to go far. It would have been nice to get that rematch against Djokovic in the 4th round, but even if he would have gotten that, I don't think Fonseca would have had much of a chance against Djokovic on grass. So it looks like we're going to have Safiullin Djokovic in the 4th round. Djokovic got a clear path to the semis. I don't see any of these guys being able to take Novak out. I just don't see it. We're going to get Sinner Djokovic semifinal, which certainly will be very, very interesting. But look, Rinderknech, the way he served in this first service game, that's what makes him tough. That's how he was able to make a final of Shanghai Masters 1000 last year. This guy is a tough player and capable of doing big things on the tour. So let's see what's coming. Like Sinner likes to say, let's see what's coming, guys. It's a backhand error from Rinderknech. Djokovic so steady from the back of the court. I always felt that Djokovic even more steady on grass compared to other surfaces. His movement is so locked in. He has such great balance. Part of the reason why he's so successful on grass, won this tournament 7 times. He's an incredible mover, but it's not all about movement. It's also balance, stability. Because we've seen in the first couple of days how many guys have slipped and fallen. So you got to have stability, balance on grass. That's key, and Novak has that. He also has the improvisational skills, the flexibility to get his body out of the way, to make corrections with his body. All this is very important on grass courts. He can hit the ball long, low, especially with his backhand, also with his forehand. He's improved his net game. His serve is better than ever, I think. So at this age, this for sure is Novak's best surface by far. Hey Joe 651, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Guys, I'm going to try a dual stream today. So we're starting with this, and we're keeping an eye out on for Sinner, who's on court 1. Second match on court 1. So as soon as that match starts, we're going to do both matches because I do think they will overlap. Which is weird scheduling by Wimbledon, by the way. I don't understand that at all, but whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Djokovic holds to 15, 1-all. The big question mark I have is, like I said in the beginning, will Rinderknech be able to keep the focus, keep the concentration, keep the consistency on his own service games, and have the ability to get into tie breaks? Will he be able to get into this Djokovic service games? Big questions, big doubts for Rinderknech in that regard. And Rinderknech draws the error in a long rally on his serve. 15-love. When does the match of Sinner begin? He's second on court 1. So let me just check real quick. I think it's a women's match is on prior to him. I forget which one. That's a nice serve there from Rinderknech. She's got one of the best serves on tour. One of the best serves on tour, Rinderknech. Okay, Osaka is up 6-1, 2-1. So Sinner might be on in a half hour if this continues. Osaka is on fire. So we're going to keep an eye out on the Osaka match. And Sinner is going to be playing right after that. So these Djokovic and Sinner matches will overlap. For sure. Nice backhand return there from Novak. Pushes Rinderknech back, gets a high ball, and then pounces on the forehand inside in for a winner. 30-15. Serve and volley from Rinderknech. Big serve out wide. Comes in and cleans up at the net. 40-15. That's a tough volley right there because their return was blasted right at the shoelaces of Rinderknech. He's a great volleyer. Degree of difficulty on that volley, 10 out of 10 there. And he served the volley off a second serve there. So very impressive so far from Rinderknech. Again, big question is, can he maintain this for the entire set? Because, you know, it is a good tactic to come to the net, especially on grass. But when you come to the net against guys like Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, you better be coming to the net off something good, because these guys are such incredible returners, such incredible passers. Your volley skills are going to be tested to the max. Your transitional skills are going to be tested to the max. But you got to do that, though. You cannot expect to beat those guys from the baseline. So, you know, coming to the net certainly is part of the should be part of the tactic. If any one of these guys wants to have a chance to beat them, and also playing aggressive, mixing things up. But that in itself, when somebody comes to the net, gives these guys targets. You know, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Sinner. It's like a target at the net, and they're so good at ripping at the feet, you know, passing. Also lobbing. Osaka 6-1-3-1. Looks like Sinner is going to be on very soon. Second serve Novak. He gets fortunate there. Clips the net, goes in. Gets another second serve. It's a big one there. Draws a return error from Rinderknech, 15-love. Backhand from Novak Djokovic is out of this world, and it's working really well in this tournament. His down-the-line backhand against Tsitsipas was on fire. And early in this match, backhand is so rock solid. He's hitting it so clean. And ripping it, going after it, going down the line. Brings up the question, where do you go in a baseline exchange against Djokovic? Because the forehand is incredible too. Big serve from Novak, 40-love. A love hold from Novak. Rinderknech missed his easy forehand inside in. Cannot afford to make those type of mistakes against Novak. Did not play a poor point prior to that forehand. A big serve out wide, big forehand to the back and corner, and went for it with that inside in, but played it too close to the line. Love 15. Second serve. And a double fault, love 30. Window right here for Djokovic to get the break. Yeah, Sabalenka got center court. I understand you want to make it even between men and women. I get it. But if you look at the third match on center, that one I feel like should be Sinner. It's FAA against Zhang. And no disrespect to FAA. Great player, fun to watch, but you got to put Sinner there instead of FAA and put FAA on court 1. You guys agree or no? Putting Sinner and Djokovic on at the same time it makes no sense to me. Let court winner from Djokovic, love 40. 3 breakpoint chances. Makes no sense to put these guys on at the same time, right? By the way, thank you for subscribing to Intuitive Tennis Bros. I do plan, probably do it tonight, to add a few perks to the membership, like you know, early releases and stuff like that. So thank you for anyone who becomes a member on YouTube. I appreciate it. Joe651 says people are saying Sinner requested court 1 because they didn't want the night session and risk having to play the next day. Okay, if that's true, that makes sense. And Djokovic misses a backhand that he normally doesn't miss, puts his hands up into the air. He's very mad about this miss because this was an unforced error. You do not see Djokovic missing a shot like this too often, especially not on break point. Look, if Sinner wanted it this way, then no problem. It makes sense for him, but what if you put on Sinner and Djokovic back-to-back? I guess you can't do that. You got to mix it up. Look, I don't know. And Djokovic, let's see if he's going to make another backhand mistake. I doubt it. Djokovic slips, recovers. Rinderknech hitting the ball well, putting pressure on Djokovic. And let court from Rinderknech. Djokovic runs it down. Backhand volley, lob, and he breaks. What a rally. This guy has so much stability in his movement. It's incredible. And he's complaining about slipping, Djokovic. He's not a happy camper right now. But even though he broke serve. But you see Djokovic slipping and how he like recovers himself after the slip. And then the way he runs down that drop shot is just such, it's incredible movement, really. It's unbelievable. And a much improved feel, because hitting a volley lob requires very soft hands. You have to have good hands. So a showcase of Novak's qualities on grass displayed on this breakpoint chance. And Rinderknech, a nightmare start. Down a break to Novak. Like I said, if he's got hiccups on his service games, like he did here, missed that easy forehand inside in, double fault. Hiccups like that, this could mean easy straight set victory for Novak. Osaka up 6-1, 3-2 break, but loses her serve, and now it's 3-all in the second set. Jake Davies, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Tommy Paul against Hubert Hurkacz will be a great match. Yeah, I agree. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one, guys. By the way, I strung this racket finally yesterday. Can't wait to hit some balls with it. Babolat Pure Drive, Wimbledon edition. White. It's so cool. Djokovic with the wide serve. Rinderknech gets the return in. Djokovic inside out backhand. He's thinking about coming to the net there. Decides not to. And loses his balance there after I praised him for his balance. With some negative body language, Novak here. Don't really understand it because he broke serve and there was a, gesticulating in a negative way towards the box, and again, kind of negative after this rally. So doesn't make a lot of sense because he's in full control right now of this match. Rinderknech with the grunts, applying the pressure. And Rinderknech with a down-the-line forehand winner. Again, Djokovic raises his arms up in the air, is complaining, he's swearing. Makes no sense, this right now, mentally, from Novak. He slipped again. Yes, he's slipping, but he's like just so negative. And love 30 on his serve. Complained about slipping on 3 consecutive points, looking at his box. Like, what are they going to do about it being slippery out there, Light on the first serve. Random tennis gal. Good to see you in here. Sabalenka, yes. And Sinner. You got to stick with it this time. Don't go away. You got to watch. Rinderknech can't afford to miss that on love 30. Missed the slice long. Was in the rally again. Djokovic again with some balance issues. And it's so funny because I spent about 2 minutes praising Novak Djokovic's balance, and now we get this. He's like slipping and losing balance on every single point for 4 points in a row. Second serve. Another rally. Djokovic again kind of off balance on that forehand. He's having trouble with movement right now, Djokovic, and he slips again. He's on the ground. I'm telling you, he like put this in his head or something after that break game, because every single point after the break point, he's been slipping off balance, complaining, and here again, he falls on the ground. And he didn't even slip that much. So he's like put this in his head right now. I mean, listen, I always say that Novak Djokovic is mentally the strongest player in tennis history. But I can't say that about him right now because he put himself in this for no reason. I mean, yes, it's slippery, I get it, but a wild first serve error, and again, just body language as if he's unbalanced and unable to stand up straight on his feet. Very odd right now. Second serve. And Djokovic, let's put it like straight up, a horrendous service game. Dumps the forehand into the net, and mentally not strong because very negative body language. And I always think it's problematic if you are negative when you're winning. So Djokovic broke. Instead of being fortunate that he broke, he is complaining, gesticulating, talk to the box, negative, even though he broke serve. I know he's looking down at his shoes, he's slipping. I get that there's a real problem. But he could have taken care of a service game. After all, he's serving, He could have held serve. Instead of being 4-2, now it's 3-all. And it makes no sense to me why you would be negative after you break serve. Even if there's a legitimate reason to be negative, And another forehand error into the net from Djokovic, 15 love. Yapaman's in the house. How are you today? Just watched Safiullin beat Fonseca 3-3-3. Very impressive. Outplayed him in every aspect of the game. Almost no errors and playing very aggressive. You know, I can't really comment on it because I didn't see a single point of that, but as I've said in the beginning, nice point there from Djokovic. Good inside-out return, comes in, cleans up the swing volley. 15-all. I haven't seen any of it, but as I said in the beginning, I'm not surprised that Fonseca lost to Safiullin. First and foremost, Safiullin is back, playing really well again. He's so dangerous. And Fonseca, you know, two things maybe. I'm not comfortable on grass yet. I think partially related to maybe the movement not being optimal yet. And also maybe there's an injury because he played a weird match against Hanfmann where he got 4 games. 2-2 he lost in Halle. And then I read somewhere that he was injured. So maybe he's not 100% fit. So not too surprised at that result. I know a lot of people wanted Fonseca Djokovic 4th round, but I'm not surprised. I didn't pick Fonseca to go that far in this tournament. I don't know who I picked him to lose. I forget now. I'll have to take a look here. Let me see here real quick. What I picked Fonseca to lose against? Where is he? Oh yeah, never mind that. I picked him to lose to Rublev. Rublev lost in the 1st round. In a very, very close match though. What is it? What was it? 14-12 in the 5th set tiebreak or something like that, if I remember, against Safiullin, no? Rublev played Safiullin 1st round, didn't he? Let me see here. Rublev played, yeah, Safiullin 1st round. I think it was 5th set tiebreak. So Rublev could have been in the 4th round instead of Safiullin. That's how tennis goes. And again, Djokovic, footwork issues, balance issues, negative body language, hands up in the air again. From down a break, Rinderknech now up 4-3. Could Djokovic be hurt, like he's feeling some pain or something from the slip? Doesn't appear so to me that he's gotten hurt from that fall. I don't think he fell on the ground either, other than that one where he kind of just slipped forward and just laid down. No, I don't think he got hurt. He just doesn't feel enough grip with the shoes, I think. That's what's going on. But see, this is what tennis throws at you. You know what I mean? You can try to find a solution, you know, get new shoes. That's in the Brad Gilbert book, Winning Ugly. Like, you want to take care of the things that you can control as much as you can. So maybe change shoes. But other than that, you're just going to have to deal with it. Now, it's so insane that I'm even discussing this in the case of Novak Djokovic because he's mentally the strongest player in history. The only other guy that comes close is Nadal. And then behind Nadal is Federer. These are the goats of the mental game. And I put Djokovic right at the top. So I'm sure that he's going to snap out of this rather quickly. He is also a guy that can transform negativity into positivity on the court better than anyone else. The only other guy that comes close to that is John McEnroe. And that's not something that's very common in tennis. Generally, players, when they get negative, that lingers. It affects them very badly. But not necessarily in Djokovic's case. But I stick to my original point that it makes no sense to be negative when you have broken serve. And that's not something that Djokovic generally does. So he put himself in this. And I think he's going to snap out of it right now. 15-love, played a very solid rally right there. But look, you know, when I talk about Djokovic's mental strength, this doesn't mean that he's 100% perfect mentally every single time. I mean, there's plenty of examples where Novak's mental game let him down too. Plenty of examples. Like, you can name at least 10 matches. Maybe you can name 20 matches where he had poor mental game. So nobody in tennis is perfect, you know, in that regard. I love how somebody's like walking in front of the camera right here and blocking the actual match. What? You guys see that too? Or is it just my feed? A long rally here. Rinderknech hitting a lot of slices. Half volley lob from Novak, and this is the dumbest shot in the tennis, is the tweener. You know, players, if the coach should reprimand any junior, any player that attempts a tweener shot. It should be a shot that's forbidden in practice, should never be attempted. Why do I say that? Because that's a shot for the crowd that has absolutely no purpose in the game of tennis. You're going to win 1 out of 10 points, if that. Maybe you win 1 out of 100 points off a tweener. When you have other options, such as popping the ball up, keeping it alive, maybe even like getting back there quickly enough, you can hit a forehand. Plenty of other better options than a tweener. 40 love. Anna, thank you so much on the commiserations about Croatia, Portugal. Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it, to be honest with you. Yeah. Benji said that some specific situations, this is the best shot, I think. Which ones? Because if you have enough time to hit a tweener, you have enough time to hit a different type of shot that keeps the ball alive. That's a higher percentage shot. The degree of difficulty is extremely high, even for these guys. And never mind like juniors, you know, that don't even know how to hit it properly, the tweener, and they attempt it anyway, so. There's a time and a place to have fun on the court and do exhibition-style shots, no doubt about it. That's a very strong serve from Rinderknech right there, down the tee. And cleans up the half-court forehand, 15 love. And yeah, Dimitrov was fantastic. I talked about him in my day 4 wrap-up video. What a beautiful story. And the fact that he plays Berrettini, both guys, with injury issues. Very interesting there, because Djokovic concedes the dropper from Rinderknech, doesn't even attempt to run it down. I think Djokovic has lost trust in his footing ever since he broke serve. He doesn't trust his shoes. He thinks I think he says the fear of slipping right now. I'm not kidding you. Big body serve from Rinderknech, 136. Misses long, second serve. $40 love. Hodar is cruising? Really? That's a pleasant surprise that Hodar is comfortable on the grass. You know, perfect service game from Rinderknech there. Rock solid. Osaka won, by the way, guys. So Sinner will be starting. I will have to set up a couple of things for my dual stream here. So we have to take like a little break in a second. Benji says there is a time and a place to do a tweener. When you are far away, so far away to play, when you are so far away to play a better shot, high lob will most likely be too easy. You think Agassi doing it in the finale at RG99 against Medvedev was to the crowd. I know which tweener you're referring to. It's probably the best tweener in the history of tennis, but it wasn't in the final against Medvedev. That was against, oh man, who did he hit that against? I forget now, but it was in the earlier rounds. That was the greatest tweener of all time. It wasn't in the final, though. Yeah, no, listen. I stand by my point. That shot that Agassi hit, even Agassi will hit that infrequently. And in that particular circumstance, I remember that point vividly. Like, he hit it so well. He ran it down so quick. That was the best one of all time. And when you look at it from that way, you think, okay, he hit this like a regular ground stroke, ripped it for a winner. It would make sense, but you have to understand that the likelihood of that working consistently is extremely low. I think Federer hit one that was insane too, and a very important point against Djokovic. So you will have some examples where they hit it even on big points really well. But again, if I was coaching, I would tell you, pop the ball up, keep the ball in play, because you most likely will miss the tweener. 15 love. Okay, Djokovic better be careful here. Forehand down the line, winner from Rinderknech, 15 all. Benji, if you're trying to send a link, links are blocked here. You can't put links in the chat. Big forehand from Djokovic there, inside out. And a Djoko smash. Executed to perfection there. No issues whatsoever. 30-15. Benji, I never said that it's always for show. Certainly, you can have examples where it's for real. Like the Federer one, someone remind me, what was the score when he hit that against Djokovic? I think it came at like 5 all, love 30 against Djokovic in the US Open, if I remember correctly. So sometimes you'll see the tweeners hit for real in big points, no doubt about it. You'll find examples of that. And sometimes there might not be another option. It's just a spur of the moment thing, and these guys like Agassi, Federer just pull it off, and it'll work, and it'll be incredible. It'll be remembered for many years. I'm just talking to you from a coaching standpoint that applies to 99.99% of players. Played a high percentage shot. Now, there's a big point right here. Rinderknech, either break point or set point actually, or game point for Djokovic. Long forehand from Djokovic, and the ball goes out. 40-30. That forehand was longer than that he wanted it to be, I think, Djokovic. Oh, whoa, wait a second. Oh, okay, it was out. Yeah, that forehand was a little bit deeper than planned from Djokovic, I think, but went in. Wow, 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 wow. What court coverage from Djokovic there. Corner to corner, and then hits a running two-handed backhand cross-court passing shot. Approach shot didn't penetrate through enough from Rinderknech. I felt that he could have done more with this forehand, but he kind of got caught in no man's land and was forced to kind of pick up the approach shot. Didn't hit a full swing on that one, and Djokovic runs that down with ease and just rips cross-court with the backhand. Holds 5-all. I feel like Djokovic is locked in again. Not seeing too much negativity from him. I feel that he's going to win this set. He's going to lock in right here, maybe get the break or at least get the tie break. Great return from Djokovic. Cross court, draws the error from Rinderknech, low 15. And that return was off a first serve too. It's a very strong return. Volley dropper from Rinderknech, and Djokovic with the look there for a backhand pass, but hits it into the net. 15-all. T-Scotus says, Nick, how much would you say is the minimum cost per year to go pro from futures? You know, it's so hard to say because it depends on where you play them, where you're from, whether you have a full-time coach. It can vary a lot. If you live in Italy, it's going to be far less because you can drive from one to the next. There's tons of them there. Europe generally has much better infrastructure as far as and possibilities to play futures. Not only that, but also other type of tournaments. Beautiful little angle. Look at that feel from Djokovic. Angle, counter, cross-court drop shot there. 15-30. So Europe generally is better infrastructure and it's also less expenditures because of the logistics. If you live in the United States, even within the United States, it's going to be so expensive because you got to fly everywhere. They're so spread out, the futures, you know, and it's probably not going to be enough to just play them in the United States. You'll have to travel abroad too. There's a backhand error from Rinderknech. Good return from Djokovic again. 15-40. So again, I can't give you a number, but if you have a full-time coach and you're in the United States and you're flying nonstop, it's got to beat 100K, or like would say between 70 and 100K. I would say if you play the whole year with a coach. But in Europe, you know what else these guys do? They play clubs, so they make money. You know, and they play prize money tournaments with way more. Even though like the UTR is doing a great job here with the PTT series, they're giving quite good prize money there. Djokovic can't believe he missed that forehand. Looking at this box in disbelief. That's an unforced error right there. He hit it off center. Got one break point left. So the UTR is actually doing a great job for players. I think it's helping a lot, giving more opportunities to play tournaments. But generally in Europe, there's more ways to make money. So you don't have to depend on making money from futures, which you can't anyway. Even if you win a future, it's probably just breaking even. So you play clubs. If you have good ranking, you make pretty good money there. Play some prize money tournaments. Don't really have to travel that much. And hopefully you can, you know, if you're good enough, you make it out of the future and start playing challengers. There's another incredible return from Djokovic inside out. I just had a feeling he was going to lock in here and get the break. He just kind of settled himself mentally, locked in, got the negativity out of his system, and he's back. He's back in business. So, yeah, long story short, you can do it for a lot less money in Europe, I think. But you need to have the level, right? So without the level, it's going to be expensive even there. Because the level is going to allow you to make money off the clubs and off the prize money tournament. So it depends on so many factors. All right, guys, I'm going to take a little break real quick and just check a couple of things for the dual stream, or should I wait until the set's over? Hold on, let me see if Sinner, 1 second. 1 second here. Hold on 1 second. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. Okay, we got an eye out on court 1. We'll be doing both matches once that match starts. Djokovic serving for the first set at 6-5. First serve goes towards the center of the box, forehand cross court. That's a very strong down the line forehand from Rinderknech. Forehand drop shot. Djokovic runs it down. And he does a dive. Did he make it? He did. This is incredible. Stefan is smiling in the crowd. His son. Love this. That's a real dive too. That's a real dive. So he did it, you know, he leaped prior to making contact and then landed. That's a real dive right there. That's a Becker Hecht. That's a Becker Hecht. You know, he didn't get up into the air that much, but really the only way he could have gotten that ball, I think. He needed to stretch for it. 15 love. Djokovic with the let cord pass there, a little fortunate. Rinderknech cannot control the volley, 30 love. How about some of the splits Dimitrov was doing yesterday? Yeah, Dimitrov is such an incredible athlete. What an athlete that guy is. Incredible. He played so well yesterday. So stylish, his shots. I mean, he's fun to watch. That's why I said in my wrap-up video yesterday, we want Dimitrov healthy. We want him playing for many more years because the tennis world needs Dimitrov. Not the best approach shot from Djokovic. He didn't put enough on that. Forehand just kind of rolled it cross court. Rinderknech with a down the line pass. 30-15. What are your thoughts on double exposure getting reduced to? Oh, the doubles rules? Yeah, look, I mean, it's the brutal reality of doubles, you know? It's unfortunately not bringing in any money. It has gone down in importance, big time. It used to be way more popular than it is now. And I'll tell you what, I've discussed this in other videos. Djokovic 40-15, big serve right there. About to take care of the set. So let me hang on to these thoughts for the changeover. Let's see what serve Djokovic comes up with here on set point. He goes wide, misses into the net, second serve. Backhand cross-court from Djokovic, forces the slice from Rinderknech, goes down the line on the next shot, forehand down the line approach, he comes to the net, Djoko smash incoming, and he puts it away with ease. First set for Djokovic. Very interesting because he completely lost his composure there. Interesting, as he broke serve, he got very negative. There was something with the shoes, he couldn't find the grip, and was complaining literally for the next 4 consecutive points about not having balance, and then he literally didn't have balance and was slipping everywhere. But then he stopped doing that, and he didn't change his shoes, so he put himself together, locked in, and ended up finding his game again. Broke Rinderknech twice in this set, so that's a big problem for Rinderknech. You know, like I said in the beginning, if he's not going to be perfect on the service games, this might be a straight set blowout for Novak. So let's talk about the doubles thing. The big problem with it is that there's no superstar doubles teams anymore, because we used to have those back in the day. We had the Woodies, we had the Jensen brothers, of course the greatest doubles team of all time, the Bryan brothers. And there was like a buzz around those teams, you know. Also back in the day, McEnroe played doubles, you know. Elting, Hart, Hoos played doubles too. Like there was like name recognition. So one thing that I've seen in recent years, maybe the last 10 years, is guys are switching partners a lot. More than before, I feel like. There's far less singles players who also play doubles. That's why I think WTA doubles is a way better product than ATP doubles, because you have so many singles players that play doubles. Think about it. Siniakova, Mertens, Goff. Who else? Andreeva plays a lot of doubles. I don't know. I could go on and on. Like there's a ton of singles players that play doubles, and I think it's great for singles players to play doubles. You can improve your singles when you play doubles. But you don't really see this on the ATP Tour, and unfortunately what you see is that even when singles players enter doubles, often when they lose in singles, this happens across the board, by the way, all the way to the Challenger Future level, guys losing singles, they're out of there, they're tanking doubles, they don't care one bit. So this is not good. So they actually were trying to address this problem by reducing the draw size, but I don't know how you address this. If someone like Djokovic plays doubles at a tournament and he loses in singles, I highly doubt he's going to stick around. Maybe at a Masters 1000 he might. And this doesn't apply to all players. I know Fonseca won a doubles tournament. Zverev did too in Acapulco, and they lost in the first round of those tournaments. So it's not always the case, but that's a problem. But the main problem is no superstar players. Name recognition is everything in tennis. And you take a look at the top 10 in doubles, I'm telling you, the average tennis fan won't recognize those names. The tennis diehards will, but someone that doesn't follow the sport that closely won't recognize those guys in the top 10. But they used to recognize the guys in the top 10 of doubles back in the day. Everybody knew the Bryan brothers. So that's a big problem, and nobody cares. Viewership must be abysmal. Like, I don't know anyone that's into it. I'm telling you, there's more people into WTA doubles than ATP doubles. So there's the brutal truth, and you know, they're handing out quite a bit of prize money, and I know it's tough for those guys. It's brutal for the doubles players, and I do see a lot of qualities in them. I don't share the opinions that some singles players have. They're brutal on those guys, because these double specialists have proven time in and time out that when they play against a top singles player, they play well in doubles. It's a completely different game. It requires different skills. And these guys are incredible. So it's not about the level of play. The level of play is sky high. Maybe the level of play is better now in ATP doubles than it was before. I'm not saying that. It's just the product in itself. It's not as attractive as it used to be. And they need to do something. They need to incentivize these singles guys to play, but I don't think they will, I'm telling you. I don't think that the singles guys will play, no matter what incentives you give them. Sinner is going on the court, guys. So I'm gonna have to do a couple of things to set this up. Actually, I might not have to do anything. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Actually, let this game pass, and we'll go from there. Big serve there from Rinderknech, ace down the tee. Why do you think doubles tennis seems to be less entertaining to the average viewer than singles? It's arguably faster and more exciting. So why aren't you watching it then? Why are you watching this? Go watch the, whatever it is now, quarterfinal doubles, or it's not even that. It's probably like, what is it? 4th round doubles, 3rd round? No, it starts later. So I don't even know. I literally don't follow it. I don't have time, number one, but I'm not a viewer of it. I couldn't tell you what's happening on there. I just don't. It's never the biggest fan of it, to be honest with you. I'm a singles fan. Despite doubles being, you know, it's like the level of play is high. It's just a different sport to me. It's a different sport, you know what I mean? Okay, guys, you know what? Let me, Sinner's warming up. I'll be right back. Let me set up a couple of things here. Love 15 on the Djokovic serve. Drop shot from Djokovic down the line. He hits it so frequently there. And a nice lob. Lands on the line from Djokovic. Lob from Rinderknech goes long. 15 all. Djokovic again displaying his feel, his touch. Big serve there from Novak. 30-15. One more statement I will make for doubles, something that hurt it, is what they did to Davis Cup. I feel like that's where doubles always shined big time. It was in Davis Cup. And I love watching doubles in Davis Cup. You know, in the middle day. But by changing the format, you know, they've taken importance away from Davis Cup. And I think that's hurt doubles a little bit, because that's where I remember some of the most legendary doubles matches in Davis Cup. That's a beautiful forehand there from Rinderknech. How do you find that angle? The clean forehand winner inside the service line, cross court. Crazy angle right there. And I'm going to do both. I got it all set up. Speaking of doubles, they are the Bryan brothers. They're watching Sinner. I love watching those guys, though, because they took doubles to the absolute max level-wise. And what I love most is watching Bryan brothers when they face singles guys. Like, for example, when Nadal used to play doubles in Indian Wells. Double fault from Djokovic. It's 40 all. So there are certainly a lot of different ways to make doubles exciting, but unfortunately, it always involves singles guys. I'm telling you, it's when singles guys are involved in one way or another, then it's good. But if it's straight up double specialists, I don't know. Just people don't care that much, unfortunately. It's a brutal truth. Forehand drop shot from Rinderknech. Oh, wow. With the help of the net cord, the ball just dribbles over. No chance for Djokovic to get to that. Good field, though, from Rinderknech, and he's got a break point opportunity. All right, Sinner and Brooksby are starting. Slice from Rinderknech to the Djokovic backhand. Slice again to the Djokovic forehand on break point. Rinderknech goes down the line. Djokovic cross-court backhand. And he gets the slice right on the line. Drop shot from Rinderknech. It's too long. Djokovic hits a easy forehand winner down the line. Djokovic giving the side eye to the box. He wasn't happy with something in that rally. But he saves break point. Deuce. Just 1 second, guys. I gotta check something with my other stream with Sinner here. 1 second, okay? Djokovic holds. 1-1. That was an important hold for Novak right there. Very important. And 1 second here. It looks like it's working. We're live on two separate thumbnails. Hold on 1 second though. All right. Yeah, we're good. We are good on both. Center Brooksby 1-1. Oh no. That landed in. Big serve from Rinderknech there down the tee, right on the line. Djokovic with a defensive return. And the ball lands right on the baseline. It's very unfortunate for Rinderknech. A shank forehand from center. His forehand has not been working 100% so far in this tournament. Second serve from Rinderknech. Ace from Rinderknech. 15-30. On the other hand, Brooksby looking good early. 40 love. 1-1, 40 love. A love hold from Brooksby. A central ball from Rinderknech, and Djokovic doesn't put pressure on the first forehand, but does on the second one. Good defense from Rinderknech, good slice. And a slice approach shot from Djokovic down the line. And Rinderknech tries to curl the forehand pass, but can't get it quite into the court. 15-40, 2 breakpoint chances for Novak. Interesting rally there because he had a one central forehand that he decided to play more safe, and then on the second one he went more towards the singles line inside in. Then a great defensive shot from Rinderknech off that ball, but Djokovic with a deflective backhand into the open court. Very interesting shot selection from Novak there. Drop shot from Rinderknech goes too long. Will Djokovic make it? Look at Djokovic fighting and running like crazy. But he can't cover that much ground. Too good from Rinderknech there. Great speed from Djokovic though, getting to that ball. First getting to the drop shot from Rinderknech, but then that open court volley that Rinderknech hit, a lot of players wouldn't even attempt to run that down. Djokovic got it back in play, and then another drop shot from Rinderknech was too much. One breakpoint chance left. And another big serve, and Rinderknech pumps himself up. 2 breakpoint chances saved. Sinner with a big serve down the tee, 30 love. The serve has been very good from Jannik. You know, often when he's not at his best, the serve percentage it's usually low, but not in this tournament. His serve has been good, both against Kecmanovic and against That's a nice point there from Rinderknech. What a way to get out of the jam there on the service game. From 1540 to add in 3 consecutive points. I was saying the serve and center. It's so tough to watch two matches at the same time, let me tell you. The serve was good against Kecmanovic and was good against Borges. Tons of aces, pretty good first serve percentage. So normally, like I said, when Sinner is not at his best, which I don't think he was against Kecmanovic or Borges, but the serve was. So I don't expect him to have a dip in the serve in the next rounds, but I do expect him to raise this level from the baseline. 40-15 on the center serve. And that's a loose ball error from Rinderknech right there. Another breakpoint chance for Novak. A big second serve from Jannik there, kicked down the tee. He holds the 15-2-all. And breakpoint opportunity for Novak. Anna, don't worry about it. Just pick one. And you'll get updated for the other one. It's nothing other than like when I talk about like, you know, a couple of things going on at the same time. You can pick either one. Pick Sinner or pick Djokovic. I'll keep you updated on both matches. That's all. You can't watch both of them. I mean, you can try, but it's not so fun. And there's a break for Novak. Too good. Rock solid backhand down the line. Rinderknech pops it up and a Djoko smash winner. Djokovic rock solid today. Other than that little stretch in the first set at 3-2. He's playing well. Sinner loft 15 on the Brooksby serve. Let's see if Sinner will strike here and get the break. Big serve from Brooksby. Swing volley. Sinner runs it down. Overhead from Brooksby. That's a great rally there. So now Sinner's at the net. Brooksby pops up the lob. And now they're in a rally again. Sinner attacks with the forehand, misses. What a rally right there. That's a poor miss from Jannik there. I mean, he's made a lot of good forehands in this rally, but maybe missed the easiest one he had. Like a floater ball almost, mid-court. Jannik misses it wide. 15-all. Jannik ripping the backhand now. It's almost as if he's angry at the last point that he lost. There was some speed on that backhand cross court. 15-30. Joe 651. You're not going to believe this, but I never played on grass my whole life. Not one single time. I had some opportunities to do it later on when I started teaching, but I was very scared for my knee to get hurt on there. I can barely move on hard court and clay. I think on grass would be like, it would be horrible. Yeah, it's a great rally from Brooksby there. Holds his own, redirecting power so well off a down the line backhand from Sinner. 30-all. Slice backhand error from Rinderknech, 15-love. Djokovic serve, up a set in the break. 2-all, 30-all on Brooksby serve. Yannick misses a backhand cross court, 40-30. Djokovic sprays his forehand long, 15-all. He wishes he can get that forehand back. That was an unforced error from Novak right there. Big serve from Novak out wide, 30-15. It's a good return from Yannick right there. Right through the middle of the court, forces the error from Brooksby, 40-all on the Brooksby serve. Big serve there from Brooksby. 119 down the tee. I think the Brooksby serve has improved. T's coded, that's a good question. How similar is sliding on a wet, moist, hard court compared to clay? It's so different. And I know what you mean, like, because I play a lot in the rain here. It's not recommended, don't do it, but I played a lot of tennis in the rain on hard court here in Florida. And it's so different. It's like, how can I describe it? Nice hole there from Djokovic. Up 3-1 in the second. On clay, and I'm talking about red clay, it's almost like it's like gritty and there's stability there as you're sliding. Where if you're doing it on a hard court, it's like almost feels like slipping. Even when you're doing it controlled, it still feels like you're slipping, and just like literally like sliding. Way less control in your movements. But if you know how to slide on clay, you'll be able to slide on hard court too when it's wet. Sliding on hard court when it's not wet, it's like all the youngsters do it nowadays. They all know how to do it. If you grow up doing it, you can learn it. If someone like me who's playing tennis his whole life but never slid on hard court, it's hard to learn at a later age. Because your movements are so ingrained, So I don't know how to slide on hard court, and I've tried several times. And I just don't have the courage to do it, the trust to do it. I understand the biomechanics of it, the way it works. I just don't have the courage to do it. Even with my healthy leg, the right leg. I can't pull it off. What a game from Brooksby right there. Finishes it off with a two-handed backhand drop shot. He's like, but the only guy, maybe there's one or two guys on the ATP Tour that do that shot. It's a shot that you see very frequently on the WTA Tour, which is the two-handed backhand slice, or it's more specifically the 2-to-1 slice. So they start with two hands and then they let go here. And they do that on the backhand slice, they do it on a drop shot. And you don't see this on the ATP Tour, but you do see it from Brooksby. And who else? There's another guy that does it. I forget now who it is. But it's close to, like, it's 99.99% non-existent on the ATP Tour. But Brooksby did it really well there. A little bit of help from the net. It clipped the net just slightly there. And he's able to hold serve against Sinner. 3-2 on serve. He's an amazing player, Brooksby. I love watching him play because he brings the energy. He's a high energy player. And I always enjoy watching guys that play a different style, something different. I like watching Mute, for example. I think he plays a little bit different. Of course, Bublik. I hardly ever miss a Bublik match. It's just so fun to watch. Big serve from Yannick, but Brooksby with a great return, and Yannick with another forehand error. Forehand is far from perfect so far from Yannick in this tournament. I'm missing a lot of them. Yannick misses the first serve, second serve. It's a big second serve from Yannick right there. The big kicker right on the line. 15-all. Best rally of the match from Sinner right there. A monster backhand down the line and then takes care of business close to the net with a cross-court forehand winner. 30-15. Big serve from Yannick, 40-15. Djokovic with the SMV, 40 love. Beautiful volley touch there from Djokovic. And a rock-solid service game from Novak. Holds to love. Holds on to the break. 4-2. Yeah, I think this is going to be straight sets against Rinderknech. Djokovic playing well. All right, Sinner holds. 3-all. Let's see if he can get into the Brooksby serve right here. Brooksby moving the ball so well around the court, making Sinner run, but misses a forehand there. Love 15. Almondo, Krejcikova, Bartunkova is going to be a great match. I agree with you 100%. That's one to watch on the women's side. Bartunkova is very good on grass. And another forehand error from Brooksby. Love 30. There's a big chance right here for Yannick. Big serve from Brooksby. Sinner gets it back in play. Open stance backhand from Sinner. Inside out forehand winner from Sinner. Love 40. Best forehand of the match so far from Sinner. That one he hit really well. 3 breakpoint chances. Brooksby saves the first break point. 15-40. And another forehand error from Brooksby. 3 forehand errors in this game. Can't afford to do that against Jannik. Jannik gets the break, 4-3. Like I said, after the board just match, I think this match was going to be more straightforward for Jannik. 3 comfortable sets. Brooksby just does not have the repertoire to challenge Sinner. The only way this could be close if Sinner just kind of beats himself and makes a lot of errors, which to some extent was happening in the first 3 service games of Brooksby. But I think Sinner is finding a groove now, and this will be a very straightforward match for Jannik. Djokovic 2 holds away from the second set. Are you impressed with Novak this Wimbledon? I'm super impressed, Dave. I'm really, really impressed with Novak. I'm telling you, with the context right now, let's say Sinner played Djokovic tomorrow, I think Djokovic would have a fantastic chance to take out Sinner again this year. I think things will change. I'm sticking with Sinner over Djokovic in the semis. But as it stands currently, Djokovic has been playing better than Sinner. Of course, you can't make that comparison because they would meet in the semifinals, and by the time we get to the semifinals, I think we're going to see top-level Sinner. And there's reasons for that, because Sinner did the risky move and didn't play any warm-up tournaments. And so he needs like a few matches to play himself into the top level. And I think this match against Brooksby will be better than the first 2 matches. And then the 4th round, which will be against, what's it supposed to be? I picked Quinn, but it's going to be, 4th round is going to be Hodar, I think. No, did Hodar win today? That'll be interesting. I think that will be better. And then quarters, against Tommy Paul is going to be top-level Sinner, I think. So by the time we get to the semis, also in the context of Djokovic having played a lot of matches, if Djokovic can keep all these matches quick, not that much energy expenditure, I still think Sinner wins. But this is the biggest chance for Djokovic at Wimbledon. And people already forgotten about the fact that, Djokovic took him out of Australian Open. That wasn't that long ago. And they're making all kinds of excuses because Djokovic got a walkover and all this. So I'm telling you, he can do it. Djokovic can still do it. It's not as if Sinner always plays 100%. It's unbeatable. He's human. Djokovic, I think, not only put belief in himself in that Australian Open match, but also put the belief in other players that they can take out Sinner. Now, of course, when Sinner, no matter how much belief you have, if Sinner is at his top level, he's the best player in the world, he's going to win. There's not much you can do. You can believe all you want. Sinner is going to beat you. But I think things have changed this year, I do think that guys going to the court now, maybe with a little bit different mindset compared to last year, especially with the context of what happened at Roland Garros. But again, when Sinner gets on another rampage, then that can go away. It can be erased rather quickly too, because once we got to Madrid, that was pretty brutal the way Sinner was taking care of business there, So look, let's focus on one match at a time. A lot of things can happen until then. A lot of tennis to be played until then. Sinner 30-all up a break, 4-3. Big forehand down the line. Brooksby, it's a moon ball back, bounce overhead for center, converted. 40-30. Let's see if Djokovic wants to get the insurance break right here. Man, Sinner really pounded that forehand. It's so hard. I think the forehand is going to start clicking too. Like these individual difficulties with shots, all this is going to get cleaned up for Sinner as we get deeper into the tournament. Already seeing in this first set against Brooksby, the forehand was not that great in the beginning of this first set, but now it's clicking with Sinner. He's hitting it really well now. Hold serve, 5-3 Sinner first set. Yes, Dave. Sinner could also play Medvedev in the quarterfinals. Yes. I got Tommy Paul beating Medvedev. Yeah. I think, right? Do I? Do I have that? Let me double check. Yeah, I got Tommy Paul beating Medvedev. Yes. I think that'd be more difficult, actually, for Sinner if he played Medvedev. That'd be super tricky. Love 30 on the Rinderknech serve. Djokovic wants to break here and then serve first in the third set. Forehand looking so good now from Sinner. Like he's ripping that thing. And it looks like he's ripping it with control. He's hitting it heavy. There's a monster inside and forehand from Sinner right there. And Djokovic with 2 set points, 15-40. Backhand slice from Brooksby. This is only Brooksby can do something like that. Backhand, two-handed slice, cross-court angle winner from Brooksby. What a shot there. Look at this thing, 2-to-1 technique. 2 hands into one. He actually made contact with 2 hands. What a shot. Rinderknech saves the first set point. Will you be streaming the Sabalenka-Ostapenko match? No. I can't do a triple stream. I think my head would explode. This is about as much as I can do. 2 matches at the same time. I can't watch 3 matches at the same time because... Oh, no, she's playing after Djokovic. Okay, never mind. Forget what I just said. She's playing on center court, yeah. No, I'm not doing her match, no. I'm only going to do 2 today. Sinner Djokovic, that's going to be it for today. Yeah, it's Sabalenka-Ostapenko. That's going to be really good, though. And then it's going to be FAA after that. Nice serve there from Rinderknech. Slice out wide. And from 15-40 to add in. Djokovic with a weird shot there. What happened there? He hit like a lob. I don't know what that was. Was that a bad bounce? That was the weirdest looking lob I've ever seen from Djokovic. It's like a wobbly contact like this. And he tried to hit a lob, and it was very low and short. It was weird. That was a weird shot. I don't know if it was a bad bounce. It looked almost like he conceded the point too. He didn't try on that one. That was weird. Center 15 love, 5-4, serving for the set. Let me just check one thing real quick here. What the latency is on this. I don't know. It's a crazy slice again from Brooksby. Slice attempt, I shall say. He misses it into the net, 30 love. Ace from Yannick, 40 love. It's a good service game so far, serving for the set. Rock solid. Key Don is in the house. Both Djokovic and Sinner serving for the set at 5-4. Big kick from Sinner, and Brooksy misses the backhand return wide. First set goes to Sinner, 6-4. One of the most improved shots for Yannick is his kick serve. I don't remember it being this big, this lively, this high bouncing. I started noticing this first during the clay court season. His kick serve has improved tremendously. Like, he hit a couple of kick serves in this match against Brooksby that were, I don't know, it was Berrettini style. Like, it was so heavy, that kick serve, with a lot of speed and very high bounce. This one that he hit on set point at 40 love, just a nasty kick serve, monster kick serve. And that's what makes a great hold game. It's not just your first serve, it's a second serve too. That's why I thought that in the history of tennis, the best hold game belonged to Pete Sampras. And I would put Roger Federer either a tie with Sampras as the best hold game or a close second. But right now on tour, Yannick Sinner has the best hold game. He's the most difficult guy to break. And there's a lot of factors that go into that. It's how clutch you are. Are you likely to pull out your best serves when it matters the most? Like, you know, when you're down in the service game, or if it's like 30-all or deuce. It's your first serve. It's the strength of your second serve. It's how you back up your serve with the next shot. All that. Of course, Novak Djokovic, especially late in his career. Incredible serving. You can see here, you know, serving for the set, rock solid. Up 40-15, 2 set points. There's the ace on set point down the tee from Djokovic. Up 2 sets to love. Very steady match from Novak, other than that little period in the first set with the slipping. But other than that, playing rock solid. Ryan Aguero says, see you in this Swiatek Yala match. Yeah, I'll be doing that one. I'll do that one. Let's check out the order of play for tomorrow. I'm going to take a look. Take a quick look at the order of play for tomorrow, guys. Hold on a second. Schedule. It would be day 6, I think. No, day 6. If it's out yet, might not be out yet. Not out yet. Order of play is not out yet. Hold on. Yeah, not out yet. So I don't know. I don't know when they will play. It's gonna come out later. Sinner love 15 on the Brooksby serve. First game in the second set. I'm looking for Sinner to get the early break here and win this second set more comfortably than the first set. Love 30. Draws the error from the Brooksby forehand. Who was your pick in the women's bracket? I picked Noskova to win the whole thing. It's an insane pick, but you know, sometimes you gotta pick the upset. And I just feel that it's Noskova's time to shine. Joe651, I'll try to do Swiatek Yala and Berrettini Dimitrov. I hope I don't have to do this where it's like a dual stream, but I'm going to try to do those 2 matches. I can't really do more than 2. What a backhand there from Sinner. I'm telling you, the shot speed on Sinner is up in this match compared to the first 2 matches. Like, there's more trust. Sinner is ripping harder in this match against Brooksby. Doesn't win the point here, but he really ripped that backhand cross court with high speed. Good defense from Brooksby. It's a big return from Sinner off a great serve from Brooksby. Comes in with the forehand cross court volley. Oh my, did Brooksby make that? That would be an impossible passing shot there. No, he didn't. I don't think he did. 40-15, he missed it. But what defense from Brooksby. This Brooksby guy is very, very fast. He gets a lot of balls back in play. That's a tough shot to get to, and he almost made it. Down the line, backhand passing shot winner. But again, Sinner applying a lot of pressure, hitting the ball a little bit harder than in the first 2 matches. Into the corners. Level is up from Sinner compared to the 2 previous rounds. 15-40, 2 breakpoint chances. How is the Sinner forehand level? I think it's up, but it was not there in the beginning of the first set. But then he started feeling his forehand mid first set, Sinner. And then was upping the speed also. Look at that forehand whip and the backhand whip. And Sinner misses the backhand there. Shanks it. 30-40, still 1 breakpoint chance left. Brooksby dumps the first serve into the net. Second serve, big chance for Sinner right here to strike with the return. And Sinner overhits the forehand return long. Brooksby saves both break points. Back to deuce. Five-and-a-half-minute break between Djokovic and Rinderknech between the second and third set. They're about to start the third set. Sinner with a deep return. A little bit more conservative on the backhands in this rally. And gives Brooksby the chance to be aggressive. Hits a very strong forehand down the line. And then cleans up close to the net. Add in. Second serve from Brooksby. Let's see if Sinner is aggressive on this return. Yeah, big backhand return from Sinner. A slice backhand. Draws the error from Brooksby, who goes for a low percentage down the line backhand shot off a slice. A very aggressive slice from Sinner. Back to deuce. Big serve from Rinderknech right there, 40-15. I don't have any score on the Djokovic Rinderknech match. The score completely disappeared off the screen. You guys seeing the same thing? Or is that just me? There's no score. Backhand slice from Brooksby. Sinner with very strong forehand inside out. Another one inside out. And Brooksby with some incredible defense. Hits a backhand right on the baseline. Hold, serve. Very impressive hold from Brooksby right there. Sinner will next play the winner of whoever Hodar is playing. You guys are saying Hodar is losing? Who's Hodar playing again? Remind me. And what's the score? Because I can't look it up right now. Hodar is playing Mochizuki. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. What's the score in that one? That's a tough ball right there. That chip that lands inside the service line. A lot of guys have had trouble with the shot. And even Novak doesn't do enough with that chip. And Rinderknech with a down the line forehand pass. Love 15. Another one of those. Djokovic doesn't get to it. Love 30. Can Rinderknech get the break here early in the third? Second serve. It's a strong backhand from Rinderknech inside in. Inside out forehand. And good defense from Novak, who again raises his hands up into the air. He's complaining about something. Now, one thing that I said in the first set when Djokovic got really negative and was complaining about the footing and the slipping, he knows how to turn negative into positive better than anyone in the history of tennis. Sometimes I think he uses that to get himself going, to pump himself up in a weird way, you know? Guys, it's the weirdest thing. On my Djokovic stream, I don't see any score other than the scoreboard on the actual court. Are you guys seeing the same thing? And there's a very strong inside and forehand from Rinderknech. Djokovic shanks his forehand, 15-42 break points. Rinderknech with an excellent down-the-line drop shot. Djokovic tries to angle the forehand off, misses into the net, break for Rinderknech, 2-love. Let's see what the latency is here on this today. 2 points behind over here with the ESPN stream. 2 points behind, which is very, very surprising. Hold on, let me make sure I'm live, completely live here. Hold on a second. This has got to be the worst. Hold on, let me log out of here. 2 points behind is a lot. Let me check here something real quick. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 2 points behind over here. Very, very delayed. The ESPN stream. 1 point would be okay, but 2 points, that's a lot. Great serve from Rinderknech out wide. Okay, now I get why they keep zooming in on the actual scoreboard on the court with Rinderknech Djokovic. It makes sense. And Djokovic conceding that ball, very weird. This third set has been weird. First, that weird lob that he hit in the first game where the wobbly racket head. And now here he kind of concedes that ball, returns it, that doesn't run down the line forehand from Rinderknech. Loses serve. It's just kind of an odd set so far from Djokovic. Rinderknech up 3-love. I think it's very important for Djokovic to win in straight sets. I think, extending the match, because it could easily go 5-2. You never know. Just being out here forever will be costly once he's in the semifinals, potentially, Brooksby holding strong in the second set, 2-1 on serve. That's a nice point from from Brooksby right there. Lets go of that offhand. Hits a one-handed volley. Very impressive. He's got great feel, Brooksby. Love 30 on the center serve. Great return from Brooksby. Deep into the court. Jannik Sinner misfires on the forehand. (15:30) on the center serve. And again, Djokovic, I don't know what's going on with Novak. He hits a wide serve. Rinderknech hits a fantastic return cross court, but Novak doesn't even make a move to run that ball down. Just stands in the middle of the court and concedes that ball again. Something's going on with Novak. It's just kind of weird the way he's playing right now. Djokovic is an ace, 15-all. There's a backhand winner from Brooksby down the line, 15-40. 2 breakpoint chances for Brooksby. Great return from Rinderknech. Again, off the forehand side, 15-30. Brooksby misses that two-handed slice. Sinner saves the first break point, 30-40. Tried to disguise that one a little too much. I think Brooksby held it too long. And Rinderknech overhits, sails that forehand long. Djokovic was in the other corner. Didn't hit that great of a volley drop shot off the backhand. Rinderknech had the entire court open, but he maybe overruns this ball a little bit and overhits it for sure. 30-all instead of 15-40. That was a huge chance there for Rinderknech to go up a double break. Jannik Sinner saves both break points. Deuce. He's up 6-4. 1-2 in the second set. Ace down the tee from Sinner. Add in. Benji says, could he be letting go of the third set, Djokovic? You know, at first I thought maybe after that first point. Look at that double fault right here, 30-40. Benji, I don't know, maybe he is. I don't know what this is. It's the weirdest thing. I don't get it. That's not a normal second serve from Novak. To rip it like that, it's so low percentage. It's hard to figure out what's going on with Novak. 119 mile an hour second serve on 30 all. Rinderknech almost misses that backhand. Twice hits it on the line. Oh my goodness. 3 times hits it so long, and Djokovic is going like this. He's being pushed back. It's like Terminator 2, you know? The T-1000 being hit. It's like Djokovic keeps going back like this, backwards on each single backhand. And Rinderknech gets the double break. I don't know. This is a weird set from Novak. I don't know how to explain this. 4 love, Rinderknech, 2 breaks. Can Sinner get out of this service game? It appears that he will. Add in. Ace, Rinderknech, out wide, 15 love. Big serve from Jannik there out wide and knocks off that forehand half-court shot, cross-court winner. He holds 2 all. That was a chance right there for Brooksby. He played well in this game, but Sinner just too tough. Rinderknech with another ace, 30 love. Djokovic not even trying to get these serves back in play. Body serve from Rinderknech. Djokovic can't control it. 40 love. You know, I wonder what happened to Novak. There was a long break, though, and I wasn't paying attention to. Did Novak leave the court after the second set? Another ace from Rinderknech, but Novak not even attempting to do anything on the return. I know Rinderknech is serving well, but it's just Novak is not even trying right now. Did he have a medical timeout? No, I don't recall that, but somebody left the court after the second set in the Rinderknech-Djokovic match, and there was like a 5 or 6 minute delay. So I'm wondering what that was all about and who was the one that left the court. I don't recall. Maybe Novak is refusing to compete unless they bring the scoreboard back. Novak is like, I'm not playing without a scoreboard, even though he wouldn't know because the scoreboard is on the TV broadcast. That slice backhand from Brooksby is working today. Jannik Sinner ripping that backhand. Look at that slice from Brooksby. It's like a shovel slice. It's a drop shot, counter drop shot from Jannik. Brooksby with the cross-court shot, and Jannik is right there to knock off the volley. 30-15. What a set from Novak. Second serve, Novak. Rinderknech with the inside-in backhand winner. Fantastic shot. But again, Novak It's not even attempting to get these balls. What is going on? Listen, I understand sometimes letting a set go. I understand it, okay? But this started like early in the third from Novak. It started in the very first game. Like again, he hit the. Remember it. I was so like amazed by the shot that he hit in the first game. On game point, Rinderknech hit the ball that he attempted to do a lob, and he was like the racket wobbled like this. He didn't even try to do anything with the forehand, and the ball went like low and short. And I was like, that was a weird shot, and it just kind of continued like this for the rest of the set with Djokovic. Weird. Oh, Brooksby. What a volley winner there. That's like the impossible volley. Forehand angle volley on game point. And Djokovic with a nice rally there. Okay, that was a nice rally from Djokovic. 30 all. But that volley angle cross-court winner from Brooksby on game point was something else, guys. This guy is so talented. On serve in the second set. 3-2 Brooksby. Center won the first set. Again, that chip return that goes inside the service line, that's a tricky ball for players in this first week. But Djokovic does a good job there with his forehand. He accelerates and hits a aggressive shot cross-court. Rinderknech overhits his forehand long, and it's 40-30. And Djokovic holds. 5-1. Somebody asked, could he deliberately be doing it to get cardio reps and leading up to semis? You know, I thanks 990. It doesn't make any sense because what has been Djokovic's number one problem since like 2025 and even not 2026 has been different, but in 2025 the biggest problem has been like empty gas tank in the semis against Sinner and against Alcaraz at the US Open. Empty gas tank. So the less time he spends on the court prior to making the semis, the better. Makes no sense to purposefully, extend the match, which wouldn't make sense at any moment in time. These guys want to get off the court as quickly as possible, trust me. So it is not purposefully done for sure, but even if this is done by just, a lack of concentration, lack of focus, which I doubt, this might be something physical with Novak. Even then it's bad because, again, he needs to be on the court as little as possible. 3 set points for Rinderknech. I got the wrong server over here. Hope they didn't have it the whole set. Break point. What? Hold on a second. No, it doesn't matter. And Rinderknech with a very strong service game. Is that Lucas Pouille? With a very strong service game. Wins the third set. Djokovic up 2-1. Sinner, Brooksby, 6-4 Sinner. First set, 1 break. Second set on serve, but it's 15-30 on the Sinner serve. Brooksby has been playing excellent tennis so far in this match, and especially in the second set. A big serve from Jannik there and an inside-in forehand winner. 30 all. Alex Donlewis, that's a great point, actually. It's a fantastic point to bring up. Maybe it's the thing he was talking about after the AO final, similar to that second set drop against Alcaraz. I'm so glad you bring that up. That level drop against Alcaraz was so sudden, and it was quite drastic, actually. I'm telling you. And Djokovic, yeah, if I remember correctly, he did say there's something physical connected to that. It's not exhaustion, by the way. It's not like he separates whatever that was to being gassed and out of breath and all that. So I don't know what it is. These guys won't tell you either. Like even Sinner in Italian, he gave an interview this week. It was a press conference, post-match press conference in Italian, and Sinner said that they figured out what happened in that match against Cerundolo. It's like they know what it is. They can't prevent it from happening again, but they know what it is. I don't know what it is. They didn't say. They're not going to say. So maybe it's something similar with Djokovic. I have no idea. But Sinner dumps the forehand to the net here, 40 all. Could Brooksby get the break right here? And Vagnozzi up on his feet. You know it's serious when Vagnozzi stands up on his feet. You know it's a serious situation. Yeah, and he goes for that wide ace, misses, second serve. Brooksby with the monster return right there. Right on the baseline, it seems. Sinner can't control his forehand. Now Cahill is on his feet too. Concern in the coaching box of Sinner. Break point Brooksby, add out. And double fault from Djokovic to start this fourth set. What is going on with Djokovic? Love 15. And Sinner saves the break point. Back to Deuce over there. Another second serve from Novak. It's a big second serve from Novak, 110 mile an hour. He's ripping that second serve. So my guess right now is there something physical going on with Novak. He's doing energy conservation. Edward Park, I think you're right, Ed. You're right. Tanking the set to conserve energy. There's energy conservation, or he wouldn't be like ripping second serves at like 110, 115. He's feeling something physically, and he's conceding balls, meaning he's not running balls down. So this is energy conservation right here from Djokovic. There's something physical going on. And Rinderknech cannot afford to miss returns like that. He's got to be kicking himself for missing that. He's got to make Djokovic play at this right now. He's got to. You can't give him free points. Sinner holds 3-all. Got out of a very tricky service game there. Another second serve from Novak. Let's see if he rips it again. No, he kicks it this time, and Rinderknech makes the return. Djokovic slips, but rebalances himself. Then a rally. Djokovic cross-court backhand. Rinderknech, it's a weak backhand to the Djokovic forehand and sprays a forehand long. (40-15) Djokovic. Rinderknech with a couple of unforced errors in this service game. Djokovic not making a lot of first serves so far in this fourth set. Jelena looking concerned. And a second serve ace off a bad bounce for Djokovic. He holds the 15, 1-love. Sinner has love 30 on the Brooksby serve. There's a chance right here for Jannik to get the break in the second set. It's been a very competitive second set so far with Jannik. Brooksby has been playing well. Great return there from Jannik through the center of the court. Brooksby off balance on that backhand shot. Misses into the net. I think there was an attempt at a slice. Love 40. 3 breakpoint chances for Jannik. Jannik with a central return, but short. He squash shots the forehand, rips the forehand right on the baseline, backhand inside out. Forehand down the line, he comes to the net. Brooksby pops it up, sky high. Sinner with the bounce overhead. Winner breaks 4-3 second set Sinner. Now Rinderknech needs to keep his foot on the gas pedal right here. If he relaxes a little bit, Djokovic will strike. Needs to play with a lot of energy, a lot of intensity right here. That was a great point by Rinderknech. 15-love. Novak Djokovic is the only player to have won all 9 Masters ATP 1000s twice. We know that. We know that. The true tennis fans know that stat. Big serve from Rinderknech there. Djokovic cannot control the chip return. 30-love. Dave says, is that tricky overhead, or do you expect Sinner to put that away every time? I think Sinner puts that away every time. I think Sinner has a very good overhead, very solid. But look, I think it's a great question because it shouldn't be tricky unless there's a lot of wind or if it's a kind of a rough court with bad bounces. Bouncing overhead shouldn't be tricky because it's off a defensive lob, meaning the ball is not going to penetrate through. It's the type of lob you want to hit a bounce overhead from, but it can be tricky for the players that never practice bounce overheads. So if you haven't hit a bounce overhead in months and then you try one in a match, there's a high likelihood that you might miss it. So it's one of these shots that you have to practice. Practice regular overheads, practice bounce overheads. Then once you have to pull them out in a match, they're going to be rock solid for you. And Rinderknech with the forehand drop shot attempt, misses 40-30. Brooksby with a spectacular point right there, raises the arms up in the air, gets the crowd involved. What a player this Brooksby is. Another backhand drop shot. He's driving Jannik crazy with these droppers. And it looked like he hit that around the post, that little forehand shot. Yeah, I think it was around the post. Super fun player to watch, Brooksby. And not only for the quirkiness, but he's also high energy. Like, he fights so hard on every point. He's really into the game. Rinderknech with a hold, 1-all. Brooksby sprays the forehand wide, 40-15. Center up 6-4, 4-3. Serving. Oh, thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Yeah, Darth Vader look. Darth Vader. Djokovic second serve. Center with the serve and volley. Nice job from Jannik there. Up 5-3 in the second set. Scoreline looks straightforward, like 6-3, 5-3, but I think this has been a super, super tricky second set for Jannik. And he could have easily found himself down a break here. It's 6-4, 5-3, sorry. Okay, Djokovic looking a lot better in this fourth set compared to the third. The Bryan brothers in the house, meaning in the Sinner Brooksby match. Forehand drop shot from Novak from the corner. Not easy to hit a drop shot from over here, right here. That was some feel right there from Novak. 40 love. 15-all on the Brooksby serve. Let's see if Jannik tries to get another break in this set and serve first in the third. Double fault, 15-30. Jannik Sinner 2 points away from the second set. And a love hold from Rinderknech there, from Djokovic, sorry. Up 2-1 in the fourth. Second serve for Brooksby. And Jannik Sinner overhits a forehand. That was an easy forehand right there. I'm surprised he missed that. That ball was just sitting right there in the middle of the court. Great return from Jannik through the middle, backhand slice approach shot. Brooksby with a down the line backhand, but a great angle, cross-court angle volley winner from Jannik. Set point, 30-40. Jannik Sinner overhits, maybe shanks a forehand down the line pass. Brooksby saves the set point, back to deuce. Rinderknech rock solid. Comes to the net down the line with his forehand and knocks off the volley, 15 love. Did that go over from Rinderknech, that half volley? Because it looked like he almost hit it into the ground. Yeah, he did get that. That's a little bit fortunate, that half volley. He did apologize to Novak for that. He didn't plan to hit it like that. 30 love. 40 love. Rinderknech serving well. And Brooksby with a big serve out wide, misses the swing volley. Sinner gets the second break in the second set. Wins the second set 6-3. Will serve first in the third. And Rinderknech holds 2-all in the fourth. And guys, we're going to take a break. I got to get a battery right here from my iPad. It's about to die. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, okay? All right. Oh my goodness. Rinderknech on the ground. Somehow still got the ball over. Look at that. That's impressive right there. On the ground, still able to play the ball back. Wow. 2-all, 30-all. Djokovic serve with a big T serve. That's so impressive from Djokovic. Another one from Djokovic. Back-to-back aces at 30-all. That's what you call clutch serving right there. Djokovic up 3-2 in the fourth. I gotta do one more thing, guys, and then we'll be back. We'll be back for the rest of the match. Okay, one more thing. Hold on. All right. Let's see if Novak puts pressure here on Rinderknech. For sure, there was energy conservation in the third set from Novak. He's playing differently in this fourth set, sorry. Sinner, up 2-0. Let's see if he plays a cleaner third set. I think Sinner is playing better compared to the first 2 rounds, but still, it's not his top level, not even close. But for sure, an improvement from the previous rounds. I think Jannik can play a lot better. Of course, sometimes the opponent won't let you play better. Certainly, Brooksby is an uncomfortable opponent. Doesn't play like everyone else. Gives you different looks. It's hard to play your best tennis. Certainly that's true, but still, some uncharacteristic errors from Jannik in this match. And more errors than usual for sure. But he is playing better. And Rinderknech with the fist pump there. Wins the rally. Up 15-love. Jannik with a big serve down the tee there, 15-all. He's serving first in the third. The monster serve from Rinderknech, 133. Out wide. It's a clean ace, 30-love. Looks like Rinderknech got into a really good serve rhythm right now. I don't think it's going to be easy for Novak to break serve in this fourth set. We might see a tiebreak in this one. And plus, you know, he is playing better in this fourth set, but it's still not like 100% intensity level from Novak. Something's going on physically with him. Simone, please. Not right now, dude. Come on. Please leave the draw alone. Come on. Not right now, buddy. Not right now. For example, that ace right there, that wasn't even close to the line from Rinderknech. I mean, he hit the ball like that landed here, and Djokovic didn't even attempt to return that back. Simone, no. Okay, there goes one part of my draw. No, it's still attached. Simone, please, come on. 3-all on the fourth. On the other hand, if Djokovic, you know, it's still kind of low intensity, for sure higher intensity than the third set, I feel like Rinderknech has a chance here to break Djokovic. It's a good rally, though, from Djokovic. And Rinderknech on the ground again. Great job, Simone. There you go. You ripped it apart. Hold on. Look at this. I leave it alone now. Come on. Simone, please. That's enough. That's enough now. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. That's enough. That's enough now. You stop. Simone, you're so annoying me right now. You really. Rinderknech not playing a good game right here. He had some chances in this game. 30-love. Brooksby with the break of serve on Sinner in the first game. Can you believe this? And now the scoreboard is out on the court 1. So the scoreboard was out on court 2. I mean, on center court, and now the scoreboard is out on court 1 as well. What is going on today? But a fantastic down-the-line return winner from Brooksby, who gets himself super hyped up, pumped up after that. And he's up a break. Simone, you shouldn't be eating that. Come on, come on. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. You're destroying the entire draw. Stop it. That's enough now. Come on, stop. That's enough. That's enough. And Djokovic holds up 4-3 in the fourth. I felt there was more in this game for Rinderknech. There was some frustrating errors there. Simon, you just won't stop, huh? You're not going to stop until this thing is completely torn to pieces, right? Get up, come on. I'm going to hide this better so you can't get to it. You're going to go behind the couch. Come on. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at what my draw looks like. Take a look, guys. Look at this. It's a whole thing missing out of it. Ridiculous, Simone. I mean, it deserves to be eaten up. That's how bad my predictions were. So, Simone, in a way, you're right. This should be destroyed. But I still want to look at it for reference. Let's see if Sinner can get this break back. Long rally here, first point of this game between Brooksby and Sinner. Brooksby's back and holding up so well in this match so far, and he's playing such good defense. Sinner is playing aggressive, but Brooksby covering the court so well. It's incredible. Look at this tennis that Brooksby is playing. I mean, phenomenal rally. Great drop shot by Yannick. Brooksby ran it down real quick, and Brooksby almost made the volley off a very good forehand cross-court pass from Sinner. Misses it wide by a little bit. And Rinderknech better be careful here. This is where Djokovic will strike. He'll put 100% into this game. Break, and the match can be over like that. So Rinderknech needs some big first serves right here. Misses the first serve, Rinderknech. Second serve. And Brooksby misses the forehand long. Two breakpoint chances for Yannick to break right back. If you guys remember, in the Borges match, it was very similar. Yannick broke serve early. And a fortunate shot from Rinderknech there off the lead court, a drop shot. So against Borges in the third, Sinner broke in the first game, then lost his serve, then broke again. So maybe we'll see something similar here. Sinner with two breakpoint chances to break right back. Second serve from Brooksby, first serve out wide. Was not out by much. And Brooksby misses a forehand long. Sinner breaks back 1-all. Very strong return game from Sinner there. Brooksby did what he could there with the defense, but just missed too many first serves in this game. Huge point for Rinderknech right here at 15-all. And Djokovic just, that's what I mean, like, he's going to strike right here, Djokovic. I just feel it. He's going to make the shots here. He's going to refuse to miss, play aggressive. Very clean forehand winner into the backhand corner of Rinderknech, 15-30. Big tennis there from Rinderknech. Huge serve out wide. Comes to the net, knocks off the volley into the open court. 30 all. Wow, that's a big time serve right there from Rinderknech. Ace down to T. 40-30. And Sinner with a very good service game, up 40 love. I agree, Laura. Djokovic needs to wrap this up in 4. He doesn't want to be out here for 5 sets. Definitely not. I agree. Great return from Novak there. Putting a lot of pressure on Rinderknech. Rinderknech holding his own. There's that down the line backhand drop shot from Novak, and Rinderknech rips the forehand, but Novak gets it in play. Rinderknech runs it down, gets it in play with a defensive lob. And the rally's neutralized again. Both guys at the baseline. And Djokovic misses the backhand long. Maybe the best rally of the match so far. Wow. Incredible defense from Rinderknech. Djokovic sarcastically laughing towards his box. He can't believe he lost this point. And we're at 4 all. That's some good speed there from Rinderknech to run that ball down off the drop shot where Djokovic just kind of bunted it long. I can't believe Rinderknech not only got that ball back in play, but ended up hitting a lob off of that went in. Incredible. Maybe use the momentum from this hold, and maybe he can make inroads here on the Djokovic serve. No, he can't, because Djokovic rock solid right now. Ace out wide. 15 love. Second serve from Novak, some negative body language. Maybe something's bothering Novak. There's something going on today. I don't know what it is. Kick serve from Novak. Rinderknech runs around. It doesn't give himself enough space. Kind of shanks a forehand inside in. And Novak Djokovic misses an easy forehand down the line. 15 all. Huge point right here. And what happens on a huge point? Djokovic hits a serve right on the line for an ace at 126 miles an hour. That's what happens on a big point very frequently with Novak. Brooksby with a very solid game, 40 love on his serve. Again, second serve for Novak. Let's see if Rinderknech runs around again like he did on the last point. Very nonchalant return stance from Rinderknech. But that's just his personal style. Drop shot from Rinderknech inside out. Djokovic runs it down. And lob from Rinderknech goes long. He shouldn't have done that. Passing shot would have been enough there, but easy to say after the fact. Laura Stone, I heard Johnny Mack say the other day that he feels Djokovic plays hurt during the matches. What do you mean by plays hurt? Like he plays while being injured, or pretending to be hurt? What are you meaning? What does that sentence mean? Write it a little bit more so it's clear what you mean. A good return there from Rinderknech, 40-30. A nice hold from Brooksby, and starts off Sinner's return serve game with a strong return. Jannik cannot control the redirectory shot. Love 15. Fakes playing hurt. John McEnroe said that? Are you sure? I didn't hear that. That's something you would read in the comments section or on Reddit or something. That's a strong second serve from Novak. Holds up 5-4 in the fourth set. Laura, he really said that, McEnroe did? Wow. I've discussed this, by the way, many times much. It's not like I'm not trying to comment on this. I've probably discussed this 5 separate times, maybe even more. I'm just kind of tired of talking about it. I'm talking about Djokovic supposedly faking injuries and all that. I've discussed this so many times. I can't right now. I can't get into it. Beautiful backhand topspin flick lob from Jannik. Goes right on the line. It's a nice shot. Ace from Jannik Sinner, 40-15. Strong service game here. Yeah, and I made a whole video about that. I can't get into that right now. Tennis IQ. It's a lengthy explanation. Just type in intuitive tennis IQ. That requires time to get into that subject. And a very strong hold from Jannik. Big wide serve and forehand into the open court, cross court. 3-2 in the third on serve. Rinderknech serving to stay in the match at 4-5 in the fourth against Djokovic. Let's see what Novak does here. Will he apply additional pressure and trying to finish this match off? There's that down the line backhand drop shot from Novak. That's his preferred direction on the drop shot. With the backhand, he almost makes it. 15-love. Second serve from Rinderknech. Serve and volley off the second serve, and an excellent volley. The backhand overhead from Rinderknech. Now they're back in a baseline exchange. And Djokovic misses his forehand inside out. 30-love. Couple of super impressive shots from Rinderknech there. First, that volley was very difficult. He hit it really well. And then a backhand overhead. Like he hit that really hard. That's the most difficult shot in a game of tennis is a backhand overhead. Super impressive stuff from Rinderknech right there. 30 love. Big second serve from Rinderknech. Djokovic kind of shanks the return, but it goes in. Now they're stuck in another baseline rally here. Djokovic hitting the ball very strong, putting pressure on Rinderknech, who hits a down-the-line backhand very deep. And there's a drop shot again from Rinderknech. I'm telling you, that drop shot technique from Rinderknech is wild. It's wild. It's a huge swing. Here to here, it's like a huge swing. I can't really swing now. I don't want to hit Simone. But he makes those drop shots on the forehand. Look how big that swing is. And Djokovic tries to angle it off, doesn't do that good of a job. Rinderknech has an easy shot into the open court. 40 love. I often get the impression with Rinderknech that he has a lot of fun on the court. There's a very positive mindset. The guy doesn't get negative very often, and just the body language looks very positive. When he plays as a fighter, he's a great player. And a love hold against Djokovic when you're serving to stay in the match, that's impressive. Brooksby serving at 2-3, up 40-15. It's a forehand drop shot. Sinner runs it down and can't control it. Brooksby is driving Sinner crazy with the quirkiness, with the drop shots and the slices. And a let court again. Novak is going to flip out. It's at some point in this match, Novak is going to explode here. Let court winner from Rinderknech, and Novak is smiling. Love 15. Second serve from Novak. Are you kidding me? Now Djokovic is the let cord. For a winner. And Djokovic takes off his hat. Tennis is very fair that way. You don't see that too often though. Two let cord winners back to back, huh? Especially from from both sides back to back. 15 all. For sure, the first serve has deserted Novak to some extent in this match. I felt like he was serving better in the first and second set. Still, it was clutch, and even in this set on the serve, it was clutch, but still, like, I would have to look at the percentages, but my gut feeling is a tad lower in this set. Forehand drop shot from Novak is no good. You can tell the racket was kind of wobbly on that one. Did not hit that well. Drop shot attempt goes into the net, 15-30. Jannik with a solid hold there. He's up 4-3 in the third. There's a mini window right here for Rinderknech to do something on the Djokovic serve. Is Novak doing any grimacing? I don't know. Maybe a little bit on that rally, but he could be grimacing, not in pain, but rather grimacing at that drop shot attempt. Here's another one in the same spot, and he makes it this time. He was a lot closer to the net, though. Degree of difficulty lower on that particular one. 30 all. Is this Hodar's first Wimbledon? Yes, I think it is. But he did play junior Wimbledon, and he made the quarters, I think, if I remember correctly. And there's an ace from Novak. I mean, listen, I just said like 2 minutes ago that his serve is a little bit worse than it was maybe in the first two sets, but it's still a very, very clutch, the serve. It doesn't fall apart. It doesn't desert him when he needs it. Let's put it that way. There's another big serve out wide, and Rinderknech overcooks the forehand pass. Djokovic with some positive body language there, up 6-5 in the fourth. Let's see if Sinner can get the break right here and serve out this match. He's up 4-3 in the third, 15 all on the Brooksby serve. Brooksby there with a nice point, big serve down the tee, puts away the forehand down the line. Brooksby serving a lot better as of late, and especially in this match, he's serving quite well. Playing a good match so far with Sinner. High energy, he's trying his absolute best. There was some spectacular rallies, and he's making Jannik's life difficult out there, forcing Jannik to make some uncharacteristic mistakes. I do think the overall level from Sinner has been higher compared to the first two matches, but not 100% though, you know. But definitely better. There's a nice point from Jannik. Very aggressive backhand, gets the short ball, and then rips the cross-court forehand, 15-30. Will Sinner get the break right here? Second serve from Brooksby. And double fault from Brooksby at the worst possible time, 15-40. Two breakpoint chances for Jannik Sinner. Ivica Vidacom says Sinner serving forehand 100%, backhand not so much. I think the forehand was misfiring here and there in this match as well, though. I don't think it's quite at 100%. Backhand return, mistake from Jannik. Still one break chance left at 30-40. I do think, though, Ivica Vidacom, that the forehand is better today than it was, for example, in the last match against Borges. You're right about that. It's definitely better. But I still saw some like uncharacteristic mistakes, for sure. Ace from Rinderknech, 15 love. Second serve for Brooksby. This is going to be tough to get out of for Brooksby. Let's see. Double fault again. No. Brooksby's serve deserted him at the worst possible time. And it's a break for Jannik Sinner, 5-3 in the third set, serving for the match. Sinner will be rock solid in this game. Starts it out with a very nice serve out wide, 15 love. Oh, what a volley from Rinderknech. That thing was so tough to make because Djokovic ripped that backhand pass so low and hard, but Rinderknech, it gets underneath the level of the net with the racket and hits a beautiful drop volley off a very difficult shot from Djokovic. Djokovic applauds that shot. He knows how tough that was. 40 love for Rinderknech. Big serve there. Another great volley from Rinderknech, this time inside out. Holds, and we're in the fourth set tiebreak. Yeah, I had a feeling early in this set that it's going to be a tiebreak because Djokovic, like, not the same energy levels as the first two sets, especially on the return game. So, yeah, this was expected early in this set. And also Rinderknech playing way better in the third and the fourth set, serving way better. I thought that Djokovic was going to have a hard time to get into the Rinderknech service games. So let's see how clutch Novak can be here in the tiebreak. Sinner with the double fault at 15 all, 15-30. T-Scoded, yeah, I'm running two streams simultaneously. T-Scoded, yes, I am. I'm doing a dual stream, yes. That's why I'm discussing both matches. I'm trying to cover both. That Rinderknech cannot miss that return. You just simply cannot afford to miss a return like that off a second serve. Dumps a backhand into the net. (1-0) Djokovic. Jannik with the ace, 30 all. Ace for Rinderknech, 1 all. Jannik misfiring on that wide serve. We got second serve. Thank you, Laura, for the compliment for Simone. I really appreciate that. What a rally from Brooksby. And Sinner misses the forehand passing shot wide, and Brooksby with a breakpoint chance. I did not, in my wildest dreams, expect this game to get complicated for Jannik Sinner. Brooksby tries to pump up the crowd there. A nice point from Rinderknech there, holds both serves, 2-1. I cannot believe that Sinner is not making first serves in this game and allowing this to get to 30-40. Sinner again with the mistake on the first serve. Second serve. Brooksby rock solid in this rally. Down the line, backhand from Sinner. What a forehand though from Brooksby cross court. And what a rally from Brooksby. Maybe the best rally of the match. Beautifully constructed point, just very aggressive. Pushing Sinner to the limit there, eventually knocking off that forehand cross court angled volley. Break for Brooksby. 5-4. Very surprising game from Jannik. I mean, Brooksby did play well, but Sinner was missing first serves. And just, yeah, uncharacteristic from Jannik. And Djokovic holds both serves. 3-2. Incredible match from Brooksby. Rinderknech misses the first serve long, second serve. Slice from Rinderknech, slice from Novak. And Rinderknech goes down the line with the backhand, opens the angle for Novak to rip the forehand cross court, but then open court backhand error from Novak Djokovic. Brooksby was going that way, and Novak at the whole court open here, but he sprays the backhand wide. And Brooksby with the hold here, 3-all. I mean, Rinderknech with the hold 3-all. No mini breaks so far in this tiebreak between Rinderknech and Djokovic. Brooksby Sinner in another rally. Sinner ripping, and Brooksby is so unbelievably fast. But he's too far back behind the court off of that very strong forehand from Sinner. And Sinner knocks off that drop shot winner, love 15. I'm amazed with Brooksby's court coverage in this match because, again, Jannik is not playing poorly at all. Playing more aggressive, I think, in this match than he did in the previous two matches. He's trusting his shots more, but Brooksby is getting so many balls back in play from Jannik. Very impressive. And just too much pressure from Jannik there. Jannik, the first 2 points from Jannik were incredible in this return game. Love 30. Rinderknech holds both service points. No mini breaks yet in this tiebreak. Djokovic with the ace down the tee. Unbelievable. This guy is unbelievable. When he needs that serve, he gets it. Second serve for Brooksby. You can expect Jannik to be very aggressive right here and put Brooksby again on the defensive. Starts off with a middle backhand return. Goes to the middle on the forehand. And misses a forehand. Uncharacteristic miss from Jannik there with the forehand side. 15-30. And another ace from Djokovic. Unbelievable. 2 aces back-to-back from Djokovic, down 4-3 in the tiebreak. Unbelievable from Novak. I mean, really, it's could not be more clutch, this guy. Will Rinderknech hold both serves and give himself set point? No mini breaks yet in this tiebreak. I think these matches could end at the exact same time. Drop shot from Jannik off a strong return. Brooksby misses the backhand into the net. 2 match points for Jannik, 15-40. Slice backhand from Djokovic. Down the line backhand from Rinderknech. Cross-court backhand from Rinderknech. Long exchange here. Both guys hitting well. And Rinderknech misses the forehand wide. Goes down the line. Maybe pressing a little bit on it too much. Hits that forehand late a tad. And here's match point for Novak Djokovic. The first mini break of this tiebreak. Can you talk about winning the clutch points? Can you do it better than Novak? This guy finds his best tennis when he needs it the most. Jannik Sinner, match point as well at 30-40. These matches could end at the exact same time. Oh, Rinderknech falls. Djokovic falls and gets the volley into the court. But I think that was a fake. That was a fake dive from Novak. That was a fake dive, but made it look cool though. That made it look really cool. Great match from Rinderknech there. Played a good fourth set. Djokovic is too good, too clutch at the end. This guy, he's not going to give you a return mistake at this stage. He's going to bang in aces. This guy is simply unbelievable in clutch moments. Unbelievable. And something was going on physically with Novak, but he managed through that. Possibly conserved energy in that third set. And Jannik Sinner couldn't convert the first 2 match points, but now has another match point and add in. Let's see if Jannik Sinner can close it out right here. Let's see if Jannik can close it out right here. And Brooksby overhits and Jannik Sinner wins 6-4, 6-3, 6-4. A very tricky match for Jannik. Was far from easy. I do think Jannik played better than he did in the first 2 matches for sure. Brooksby played incredible tennis. I thought he was covering the court well. Maybe he didn't serve well when he needed to. Like for example here, he broke Jannik Sinner's serve when Sinner was serving for the match, only then to drop his serve. But overall, I do think the Brooksby serve has gotten better over the last few years. He's serving bigger now than I remember before. He's getting some free points here and there. It's still certainly a weak spot in this game relative to the rest of the tour, but it's getting better. Again, Jannik Sinner was hitting the ball harder today, it appeared to me. This would have to be backed up by stats. You wouldn't be able to find that unless you know, it was difficult to find the average speed on the shots. But my gut feeling is it was harder than it was in the first 2 rounds. I think Jannik Sinner is finding the trust on his ground strokes. Was it a perfect match? No. He was still making a lot of mistakes. I thought he maybe served a little bit worse here than he did in the first 2 matches. Let's check the stats real quick on the Sinner serve, and we can see the percentages and all that. No, he served quite well actually. Overall first serve percentage was 68%. Let me see here. 68%, 13 aces. Maybe the third set was worse. 62%, second set was 72. First set was 72. Yeah, so the third set I think was worse serve-wise for Sinner. But overall, you know, he's been serving well this whole tournament, I think. And the forehand was for sure better. The backhand was better too. So I think in the 4th round, we're going to see top-level Sinner, guys. I do think we're going to see top-level Sinner. He will play Mochizuki in the 4th round, who took out Hodar in 4 sets. Shintaro Mochizuki is ranked 151 in the world. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have to familiarize myself with this player. I've not seen him play yet, so I can't really tell you much about him. But generally speaking, Japanese players are very comfortable on the grass. So this is certainly going to be tricky for Jannik in that regard. But I expect Sinner to get closer and closer to his top level as we get deeper into this tournament. I think he's going to win that very comfortably in straight sets. And in the quarters, he'll probably play Tommy Paul. Maybe Medvedev will come through there. I think the more difficult opponent would be Medvedev for Sinner. And I think it is there where we see top-level Sinner. I think we're going to see the ground strokes more rock solid. He's going to continue to serve well. He's going to start returning better too, even better than he already is. And Novak Djokovic, on the other hand, you know, now that Fonseca is out, don't really see Safiullin being able to take out Novak Djokovic. I got Davidovich Fokina in the quarterfinals. We'll see how that turns out. A lot of tennis to be played yet until we find out who will play Novak. But it looks like we're going to get a Djokovic Sinner semifinal. Like I said earlier today, if they were to play tomorrow, Sinner Djokovic, I mean, it's really 50-50. You could make a lot of arguments for Novak. I think it changes a little bit now with that physical thing that was going on with him in the third set. But after the first 2 sets against Rinderknech, I would have said Novak advantage over Sinner if they play tomorrow. But again, you can't look at it that way because a lot of other things come into play when they play in the semifinals. Sinner will be a lot better by the time we get to the semifinals, and Djokovic could be more tired by the time we get to the semifinals. And those are certainly factors to consider. But looking at Novak's draw, I don't think that the tank will be empty like it usually is when he plays Sinner in the semis. I think he will have plenty of energy left. I'm still sticking with Sinner, but you know, maybe it's too early to discuss this match. We will preview it if it happens. But like, long story short, I think Novak is looking pretty good in this tournament. This is a chance for him, I think. He's playing well. Again, Novak able to deliver his best tennis when it matters the most is one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen in tennis. I think we've gotten accustomed to it, but like in this tiebreak, for example, he's down 4-3 and he hits 2 aces in a row. And in this match, he did several times at 30-all, he hit 2 aces in a row. Like, this guy is just unbelievably clutch. And the way he locks in on the return of serve or in the rallies when it's tight. The best I've ever seen clutch-wise was the Olympic finals against Alcaraz, where he refused to miss in the tiebreaks against Carlitos. If you remember that match, like, Djokovic has this ability to refuse to miss and just make every single shot. He is so unbelievably clutch, this guy. This focus is so unbelievable. It all goes back to what Niki Pilic said when Novak Djokovic was like 13 years old, and Goran Ivanišević came by the academy to practice with Niki, and Ivanišević was 2 in the world at the time, and Ivanišević asked, or I think Niki asked Ivanišević whether he could hit some balls with Novak, and Novak proceeded to lock in for 20 minutes and not miss a single ball into the net for 20 minutes, and afterwards, Ivanišević is like, this guy is good. This guy can be a pro player. Like, he was so impressed with it. And Niki said he's never seen anything like it from any other kid. Like, Djokovic at that age just locked in and refused to miss. And you know, a lot of times when you're 13 years old and you play against Ivanišević, who's 2 in the world, you might get a little bit tight. But not Novak. He just locked in, laser focus, and that's one of his biggest qualities. Like, the refusal to miss, and just so steady in the most important stages. But the physical part is the big question mark for Novak, and there was something even in this match going on. I don't know what it was, but that is his biggest opponent right now, the physique. And it's not so much injuries rather than like other things. Like exhaustion maybe, I don't know what it is, just something. There's something going on, but we shall see, guys. We shall see what happens. In any case, it was fun to do a dual stream. It was a blast. I will say I prefer to do a single stream where I'm just focused on one match. It's a little bit easier. But in any case, let's look through the results real quick. We're going to check the results on the outside scores, and then I'm going to let you guys go, okay? We're going to quickly check the results on the other scores while we do a couple more settings here. So we already talked about Mochizuki taking out Horar, Safiullin taking out Fonseca. We discussed that, 3-3-3. Iva Jovic beats Alexandrova 6-4 in the third. Very impressed with Iga, and I think she's a phenomenal grass court player. Pegula takes out Buzas Manero 1-3. I got Pegula going all the way to the final. Osaka, I have her also going into the quarters, I think. She beat Kazatkina 1-3. Bencic beat Kalinskaya 7-6 in the third. And there are still some matches to be played today, like Sabalenka, and just a lot of tennis to be played. But we're not going to cover any more matches at Intuitive Tennis. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Swiatek-Ayala match. We're going to cover that. And we're also going to cover... Hold on 1 second. What is the other one? Give me 1 second. Day 6. So 8:30 tomorrow. Join me here for Swiatek-Ayala on center court. We might do Anisimova Keys, actually. We might do a triple tomorrow. We might do Ayala, Swiatek, Anisimova Keys, and Dimitrov Berrettini. How about that, guys? We do 3 in a row. Let's see. We're definitely going to do Ayala, Swiatek. I don't know about the other two. I would like to do Anisimova Keys. I think that's a very interesting match. It's going to be a power match, right? Two of the hardest ball strikers in the history of the WTA playing against each other at Wimbledon. Maybe I'll do both of those matches, and we'll see about the men's matches, because I would like to do Tiafoe Bublik too. Tiafoe Bublik is going to be fun. What else is going on? Fritz Sonego. I don't know yet. Let me think about it for tomorrow, but for sure I will see you guys 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Ayala Swiatek. I will see you guys then. But before I go, let me check the chat a little bit. I haven't looked at it that much because I had 2 chats going on. Two chats going on simultaneously, so it was almost impossible to keep track of it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Tonight, join me for day 5 wrap up on Intuitive Tennis. We're going to be covering the entire day and discuss and preview some of the matches that are going to be happening. So make sure you subscribe to Intuitive Tennis. Make sure you hit like on these streams, both of them if you can. Make sure that you subscribe to Intuitive Tennis Premium for premium content and more access to my coaching. And that's about it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? You take care.